Good morning, class. Myself, Mrs. Monica Parekh. Welcome to science class. Today we are going to start with our new chapter number 3, properties of natural resources. You can open your page number 16 for this. So, which are the natural resources we are knowing? The main natural resources are air, water, and soil. What is meant by the natural resources? The resources which are available for us in a naturally by the nature are called as natural resources. They are air, water, and soil. In this chapter, we are going to look at these three resources in detail. What are their properties? What are the uses? How we are surrounded or how you are utilizing this one? That all we are going to see in the slides. Before we start our chapter, we have few questions under the let's recall. We'll start for the air now. Now see this question. Which are the gases present in air? Why is air is called as homogeneous mixture? Now it's been by homogeneous that I will explain you first. The meaning of homogeneous means which cannot get separated are called as homogeneous mixture. Means that matters which ones they have collected together we are unable to make them separate are called as homogeneous mixture. The answer for this is which are the gases present? The gases present in air are gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and 6 type of inert gases are there. Inert gases means rather than this main gases, no other remaining gases are considered as in inert gases. Their amount is very few in the atmosphere. Nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide are the examples of inert gases are present in the air. Air is mixture of all these gases. Okay, in air all these gases are present. The constituent, uh, the constituent gases cannot be separate naturally from this mixture. Therefore, it is called as homogeneous mixture. Means any one of the gas we cannot make a separate from these gases. Hence, the gases is called as the air is called as homogeneous mixture. Next question we have, what are the uses of various gases in the air? Now, the various gases uses in the air, we will enlist the gases and we will write the uses of it. First, we will take as nitrogen gas because the amount of nitrogen gas in the air is more as compared to the any other gases of it. Nitrogen helps in synthesizing of proteins. It also helps in production of ammonia in airtight packaging of food stuff. And the best example of this is your food packing of chips. Oxygen is next gas we will take. Oxygen is essential for combustion. Combustion is nothing but the burning and for the respiration. Of course, all the living things breathe by using the oxygen. All the living means actually the humans and the animals. Plants uses carbon dioxide. In the case of carbon dioxide, you can write this also. Carbon dioxide is utilized by the plants for preparing their food. So next gas we will take as carbon dioxide is necessary for the photosynthesis and it is used in the fire extinguisher. Used in fire extinguisher means to extinguish the fire it is used. And the different inner gases have specific uses of each of them. Now we will move to the next. We will going to learn the properties of air by different experiments. Now, to understand the property of air, we will take this experiment. What you have to do is take a stick from the room or a paper or a plastic straw. Better we will prefer a stick-like structure or a plastic straw because they are able to hold them properly. Now, what we are going to do next is tie a thread at its center and hang it so that it remain horizontal. When we tie a thread at the straw's middle, in a such a way we will tie so that it will be in a horizontal manner. Means it will be exactly at a center, so both the sides will going to be balanced. Next, what we are going to do is we will tie two rubber balloons of the same size at the two ends of the stick or the straw. Okay, as you can see in the picture, uh, you can see at the right hand side such a balloon will be placed. See to it that stick remain horizontal, because whatever balloons we have taken are the same size, same material. So, and the thread used to tie them is also of same amount. So, they both are still balanced. We are able to see that still that stick is horizontal. Now we will remove one balloon and inflate it and tie it again to its original position. As you can see in a left hand's balloon we have inflated and we have tied it again to its original position. Now still is it that straw remain horizontal? No, as you can see in the diagram, it's not remain horizontal. Does the stream remain horizontal? No, the answer for this will be straw will not remain horizontal because we have inflated one side's balloons. The stick goes down on the side of inflated balloon. This means that air has a weight. Air is a mixture of gases. Therefore, like in all other matter, it has mass and as well as weight. Now, what property we have inference from this? See, as in a wetting machine, you might have seen such a wetting machine. In one pan, the weights are kept, and another pan we are keeping the grains. As the grains are goes on increases, the balance comes down. In the same manner, in this one you can see when we inflate the balloon, the inflated balloon sides goes down. What it means, it have certain weight as compared to the, whichever not inflated balloon. Why it goes down? Because it's lighter than the inflated balloon, and it comes down, it means it's have certain weight into it and even the mass. So it's the first property we have acquired from there, that like all other matter it has a mass as well as weight. Now the weight and mass, how they are differ? See, the weight is means the definition of a weight you can write, it is the force which object is pulled towards the earth, and one kind of force is acting on any object and that's forcing it to come down. Gravitational forces act on that, it's nothing but the weight. And whereas mass is, it is the amount of matter present in an object is called as mass. Hence that mass will be remain same everywhere, but the weight will be differ from the place to place, because the gravitational force will be differ from the place to place. Understood this first property, that air has mass and weight. Also we have seen the what is meant by mass and weight. That's why always the mass is measured, the SI unit of mass is in a kg and the SI unit of weight is Newton. And one more you can write in a mass, that it does not change at any places, means place wise mass will not going to change, but in a case of weight it changed its value as per the gravitational force. One question is there in your exercise to write the mass and weight differentiation. Okay, we'll move to the next slide now. One more example or the experiment we'll take to show the properties of air. Now in this experiment we are going to take an injection syringe without the needle. Pull its piston and observe it as you do so. See, the regular injection syringe we have taken without the needle, means front side needle we have removed it. Piston is the back side end of the injection which we are going to pull it out. Now, as per their given information, if we do so, the piston can be pulled easily. If you try to pull out the piston, it will get pulled easily. The piston then remain in that position even if we let it go. Means once we have removed the piston and if we release it, it will remain in that position. Suppose till the halfway I have took the piston out and I allow it to go, means I have released the piston, still that piston will remain to the halfway of the injection. Now one more experiment we will do. Now we will close the inlet hole. What's mean by inlet hole? That front side hole you can see, it's called as inlet hole of the syringe tightly with our thumb and pull the piston and let it go. Now it's the another condition. In first condition what we say, if we allow it to, means though we release it, it's still in that position only. In this condition what we are going to do, we are closing the inlet hole of it with our thumb and we are just pulling the piston out. Now what will happen, that we are going to observe. Now as we have closed the inlet of it and syringe tightly and with our thumb, now we are pulling the piston and we let it go. Now what we have observed is the force required for pulling that piston in case of first case and as compared to second case, it's not the same. So what's the difference between that? The more force is required in the second case where the inlet is closed. And does the piston remain as it is after we let it go? The answer for this is it's not, it's go completely inside. Now why it is happen, that we will see. This experiment you can try in home also, just be careful that you will remove the syringe of it. Now what observation we have concluded from this? In a case of first, though if we allow the piston to go, still it will in the same position. But in the second case, if we allow it, it goes forcefully to original position and it's hard to pull out the piston. Whereas in first case, it's easy to pull out the piston. Now what we have to do, the properties of air we'll see first. The molecule of gases in the air are constant motion. The molecules of the air, no, they are constant, they are in a constant motion, and when these molecules strike a body they create a pressure on the body, and the pressure of air that we call as atmospheric pressure. It's the definition of atmospheric pressure. The molecules of gases in the air are in a constant motion, and when these molecules strike a body, they create a pressure on the body, on that body, sorry. This is the pressure of air that we call as atmospheric pressure. Now, what happened exactly in the second case that we are going to see now? On pulling the piston with the inlet hole of syringe closed, more space become available in the to the air inside the syringe. This what are the air molecules were present. As we remove the piston out, that space is increased for that air molecules. That is nothing but it becomes rarefied. Rarefied means becoming less. Means the molecules will become less, not the space. Space is going to be increased. As a result, the pressure of air in the syringe is lower as compared to the outside. Comparatively, the pressure of outside air is very high. That is why when the pulled out piston, when we pulled out the piston is released, it is immediately pushed in, and if this experiment is repeated again and again by holding it in sometime in vertical direction, horizontal direction or inclined, doesn't matter in which direction or how you are doing this experiment, the piston is found to go into the same extent in all the cases. So what we can infer from this, another property of air, that is from this we can infer that atmospheric pressure is same in all the direction, because it doesn't matter how we are holding that piston, it goes to its original position in the same intensity. Now before we will conclude the properties of air, we will see one video for it. It's very interest. It's very interesting video. It will give you the answer that if the atmospheric pressure is all around us, how we are not able to bear that, means how we are able to bear that atmospheric pressure. Answer of this we will give through this video, because see, we all are surrounded by the air, and if air having the pressure and it's from the all direction, how we not get crushed because of this air? The answer for this we will get from this video. Okay, that's it for today. Tomorrow we are going to summarize the properties of air. Summarize the properties of air which we have learned with respect to this two experiment. Also, we are going to learn tomorrow what is the atmospheric pressure near the sea level. So your homework for today is you have to write the answers for that two questions. Let's recall. Also, you have to write the few points which I am going to underline now. See this point. Like all other matter, it has mass and weight. You can write it in the properties of air. Also, you have to write this definition of air in your notebook. The molecule of gases in the air are constant motion. When these molecules strike a body, they create a pressure on that body. This is pressure of air that we called as atmospheric pressure. Also, you have to write one more property of it. Atmospheric pressure is same in the all the directions.